Okay, y'all. Those things always kind of drive me nuts. But I had to do that. Sorry for torturing you. I wanted to see like the sound quality because I hate it when especially shows that are on later at night or whatever, or that you listen to later at night. Then they'll have a blaring commercial or something, and maybe somebody's sleeping next to you, or you're just doing the dishes so your hands are all wet and you can't adjust the volume and it blares in your ear. It's very hard with limited equipment to try to figure that out. So it's kind of a test. Hey, it's open mic. Whoever wants to jump in, or if somebody else goes live, I'll just shut this down or whatever. It started pouring down rain here. Let me go to the comments. Luckily, I made it to the store walking before it started pouring down rain. Hey, James D. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I was enjoying Lynn's show, actually. And hey, Jethro. And that was the second time for an alpha. Second time he lost power. So I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying that I know some alphas in my life, and there is always a power supply. Always a power supply. But hey, I'm not here to judge. And Jethro was waiting backstage too, and he didn't let him in. But whatever. We all do our shows differently. I ain't here to judge. Hey, yeah, your mama. Oh dang. I was gonna look up a live cam of Manitoba so we can all see just what kind of blizzard. Jethro says he's going through a blizzard. I guess if you do painting, I guess you do inside painting too, so but still that would suck. That would really suck. I'm confused with all the relationships on all the drama stuff. It seems like some people are making up. That's good. Because I enjoy going in the chat. And then I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. I don't know. You hear a lot of ugly stuff. And then it's just too. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I've been working on a Universal Truth Project. So I was going to push that tonight. But when I'm actually ready to, I'm up and ready running, which hopefully will be soon, like within the next couple of days, I'll just put a video over here or on my other channels, letting people know that I'll be starting to stream over there. More of the science-based, theoretical, deep thinking stuff. But here's the thing. Here's the twist with that. Is I am interested in all of these things, but I'm by no means an expert. And a lot of people didn't understand that when I used to do shows before. They kept asking me all these questions, and it's kind of like it you know just you can host a show and learn yourself through the show by having a knowledgeable guest, right? So it's kind of weird how people assume like all of a sudden because you did a show about something that you're an expert on it, and it's like, no, I kind of enjoy having that back and forth of a novice, if you will, asking a more learned person questions that maybe other people wouldn't necessarily ask, or like when you're totally lost. Yeah, I was that one in class. I was like, whoa, 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 especially with math. Just let's back it up, back it up, back it up. 2 or 3 steps here. You lost me way back there. So, hey, Izzy, good to see you. So anyway, it's kind of that type of a theme that I'm going for. With that, there may be some things that I do know some things about, but come on, we can all learn something. And a lot of interesting things going on, like with CERN and whatever. Like, what are they finding with that, and then what are they doing with it, or whatever. Um, Interesting stuff. So I already have the research done and plugged in. I'm just working on some graphics or whatever, and I'll be excited to do that. Oh, I think I put the link in there. Let me double check. Yeah, because I was double running it. Yeah, it's there. Okay, so hey mental man. So I don't know. I don't want to do like a really uh well, I had an actual question for Lynn, but I didn't want to even try to go on or ask or anything. I'll find out somewhere else. Somebody here probably knows. I was messing with I have like a really old stereo, like a boombox, like this huge thing. Anyway, where you plug the speakers in? And I know you're supposed to unplug it before you go messing with the wires, the speaker wires, but I didn't. And I shocked myself a little bit. And then I heard the speaker kind of go doop. So I wonder if I blew it or not. I don't know. I'm going to have to go. Anyway, I'll have to go back. I'd rather just throw that thing away. I just want like a nice subwoofer, Bluetooth, um, get the whole smart home thing going. Which, by the way, when you start a smart home, do you have to pick a product? I'm finding that. Like, do you have to go with? I bought some smart light bulbs and I was like, wow, I didn't think they were going to be this complicated. But you have to have the app and everything. So, do you have to choose a certain operating system? Like, would you have to have? There's Google. I forget what the Google's called. Then there's Apple. And anyways, I got to figure out that whole thing. I'm just going to ask somebody that knows and get all that under control. So, oh, Jethro, you're doing oh, damn. Damn. I made it back from the store just before this sucker hit. Jethro's test streaming. Yeah, so now I don't even know what's going on with the drama. I haven't even been paying attention. I've been doing a lot of I've actually been enjoying what I like to do with YouTube, editing and stuff like that. So, and getting ready for some new stuff. Oh, yeah, James D. Everybody's been asking when is James D going to stream again, and I saw him answer it earlier. He doesn't know. He said he was busy. But if it changed, that changes, James D, please let everybody know immediately. Yeah. So, Jethro, I need to know how that works. You should jump up here and tell me, because you said you paid for it, but then you haven't been streaming. So if you already have an account and then you decide to become a paying customer, should you keep the same email? Because I ran into that with Screencast. And I'm like, they keep wanting to send me to the free version. And I'm like, no, no, no. You know, like I paid for like 3 or 4 years. And I'm like, I'd like to use my account. And they're always saying you only have so much time to record. And I'm like, yes, Menthol Man. James D. Menthol Man says, sup, sup. He wants to know, sup. So I can. Lynn blocked Izzy. Yeah, I never knew. I never knew that. Yeah. So many questions. I'm amazed actually. Actually, it makes me laugh really hard. And then they don't believe me. I don't. Hmm. It is a psyop. I think he's running it. I think I figured it out. And somebody's running a psyop on me. Here's Jethro. Sup, sup.
Sup, sup, tacos.
Hey.
Yeah, StreamYard finally paid for it, man. It's only like $25, or you can get it annually, right? So they'll just bill you every month, and it'll be like $20 or something like that.
$20 a
but
month?
Yeah, it's $25 a month if you just go by monthly. So you can pick a plan, right? So if you pick the year plan or whatever it is, then you can save some money. But I'm just trying it out for the month right now because I want to see what I can do with it. I was just trying a few things like logos and stuff like that. I want to I might upgrade, man, because you know that guy, that 1111 guy.
Oh yeah, Code. I love Code.
Yeah, he has that banner going across the bottom and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty champ. But I got hunker down and make some art, right, from the computer. Make some computer art.
Yeah, I found something else out too that you can do, and I'll show you through Hangouts. I'll show you with those clips.
Oh, just uploading clips, you mean?
Yeah. But not only that, but you can do it you can have 3, 4, 5 shows set up. Like you see what I'm saying? You click on another brand, and then you've got another set of clips.
Oh yeah, the branding thing there. Yeah, because I have that whole brand thing set up, and then all I gotta do is click new brand, and then because I got all those old clips that I uploaded into that one.
Yeah, so you'd have one music or whatever. So you're doing a show or whatever and you want to select. So it holds quite a bit.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I was trying to mess around with it. I went live with it to see what I can do. Put pictures in there or whatever, and just see what I can do with it. But yeah, man, I got yeah, I guess you could set up a whole different brand for, you know what I mean? Okay, so I want to rip on somebody. There's a brand, and then there's a music, and then there's
yeah. So what I'm doing is so now for my Universal Truth project that I'm fixing to start, and please God, don't let me run out of StreamYard time. But so you can just choose another brand, and then for a whole other channel, a whole other subject matter. Bam! I'm loving it.
Yeah. It's only $25. I mean, I don't know what the hell a lot of people are crying about. Oh, StreamYard. I was like, man, it's only $25, man. Just fucking, if 20 hours is not enough a month, then just pay $25. It's not that much, man.
Just pay it, people, man. Crowdsource it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people on the internet nowadays. They're crowdsourcing just so they can stay on the internet. They're just asking for money just so they can stay on the internet another month. Just to pay their internet bill.
Yeah. I think that James D's about ready to go fans only or whatever that's called.
Oh yeah. Well, for private shows or Private shows? Is that what they call it?
I don't know. I don't know. It's riding the line. It's right.
Yeah,
It's
you're pushing
riding.
it. So you know you can have a PayPal and everything. Hey, fans only. Private shows.
Yeah, fans only. That's even though, man. Fans only. Man, I'm telling you.
I know. Fucking James D said Mikey's gonna be throwing a fit because I paid for StreamYard. I've been procrastinating. I was like, fuck it. I'm finally just gonna pay for it, man. I don't care.
Yeah, now you are. What is it? Oh, Illuminati or Freemason? Something.
Yeah.
You're something.
No, I sold out to the Chinese. That's what I did. That's what I did. I sold out to the Chinese.
Yeah, China.
Yeah. China runs StreamYard. They only give you 20 hours.
Yeah.
That's it.
That stupid fucker. He's trying to hunt cows and shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Too funny, man. He was mad about that. Actually, he was upset. Actually, you know, I think actually,
Yeah.
I think I think whoever brought that up, I don't remember who did, but his feelings got
You
hurt.
see him?
His feelings his feelings got hurt.
Yeah, and I never seen him slide in like that, like in a sock. Remember when he came in as Cowboy Tim?
Yeah, I kind of thought that was him too, man. He's kind of talking like I'm not shy, man. Listen, I know there's a lot of cray-crays on YouTube, so, but it did sound like him a lot. You know what I mean?
It was like so him. He's probably like some 500-pound, like 55-year-old or whatever, like weirdo, like with a voice changer.
Yeah, fucking, I know, right? Next thing I'm gonna look at like, fuck, I'm paying for StreamYards. I might as well pay for a fucking voice changer now. You know? I want to sound like what's that guy's name? The fuck, the guy from 500. You know, he kicked him down the well. This is Sparta. A few, yeah. I want to sound like that guy. How about that? That'd be all right.
The guy that got kicked down the well.
No, I don't want to sound like the guy that got kicked down the well. I don't even know that. I don't even know that actor's name, man. Fucking, you make me Google it up now. Liam? I can't
What
remember.
movie is it? What movie is it?
Oh, 300.
Oh, I'm bad with movies. I'm really bad.
He goes, "This is Sparta," and he kicks him down the well. It's a pretty famous scene off of 300. Actually, you don't know that?
Maybe I've seen it because then I'll have to see it and I'll be like, oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, what's that actor's name? No, he did that other movie there, Gamer, too.
I think I saw that, but I'm not sure. I like quit watching TV like a long time ago. I don't.
Right. I know we need Mikey here. We need Mike. This is where Mikey would fucking be good right now, actually, because Mikey'd be like fucking right on the leave like a dime, right on a dime, boom. He know the actor's name in every movie he was in. You know.
I know. Why can't he just say he's a movie buff and just roll with that?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait. We got Izzy. Okay, Izzy's ready for the Jello.
Jello wrestling.
Jello. Oh yeah.
Oh, the Jello pool.
Yeah. He could totally do it. I'm having to check because YouTube's been hiding a bunch. See, already hid one from James D. Just like a not even. Oh, I must have high filters on. Anyways, if your comments get hidden, I'm trying to keep up with unhiding them. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, so they got Jello ideas, sticky and sweet. Yeah, sure, hell yeah, I'll join you.
You know, looking for something I could share, but I don't know where the heck it is now. Actually, damn.
Hey, I got something. I got a few things. Let me see what I got in this. I'm prepared for a few occasions with my
Okay, let's check it out.
with my clips. You want to see one?
Yeah, I do. Let's check that out.
Yeah. I'm not
Let's
going
see
to play the
that.
whole thing, but you'll get the idea. You'll get kind of like it's for somebody in particular. Kind of a, they'll know who they are. Y'all will know. Okay, hold on. Here we go. What you think? What you think?
That's hilarious. That's fucking funny, man. Holy shit, kid. That was funny. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for that one.
I got a few things in there, but I just did I don't know. I just did a few things. Yeah, you don't know, Izzy. Things could get wild, and if we did fans only, then hey, then at least when you get hated on, it would be like, well, at least I'm
from
getting
your own people, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like okay. We could have some pretty good matches too.
I'm still looking for that one clip, man. I fucking wish I knew where it was. They got the whole Jello wrestling thing. I had a clip for that, damn it. And now I fucking can't find it, man. Fuck.
Jello.
Yeah, shit.
I'm trying to think who that would remind you of, but I have no clue. James D. Jello.
Yeah,
not the
commercial. Yeah, I gotta get that clip. I gotta find that clip and then upload that clip into my fucking brand. You know what I mean? And then I'll just have it there. Yeah, I can't find her right now. Fuck it. It's all good.
I think that I think it would be damn cool though. Even you don't have to go raunchy with it or whatever, but to fill a tub up with Jello, a little baby pool or whatever, and jump in it. I mean, why? What's the hurt in it?
Right. You should get that clip like when Homer Simpson is all fucking hammered in that kiddie pool and he's fucking eating hot dogs. I think. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Yeah. or fuck it, just hop in that pool yourself, man. Like.
No doubt.
That would take some balls, actually. I don't know if my girl would let me do that on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff she wouldn't let me do.
You wouldn't have to be naked.
No, exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly, right?
Wait a minute, you're not hairy, are you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Because that.
No, it's fucking. I ain't no Aaron V. Cox or anything. Like, oh, she's gonna show up here now. Fuck. That guy used to go around the interwebs and showing his fucking hairy nipple off and stuff like that. It was weird.
I've seen it.
And then he says, "Don't revenge porn him."
Then my family's like, you ain't been the same since you seen that.
Actually, it was pretty funny one time. Like he was on there, he was on there showing his nipple and rubbing it and stuff like that. I think it was on Renee's stream. It was a while ago, so I hopped up on there and I showed that fucking guy like burning his nipple. Like, he seen that guy, eh?
Yeah, I saw that, and then I know all that stuff, but yeah, when they're
fucking burning his nipple, was like, what? Yeah,
I
I
would
guess
not
the
want to
lighter,
see.
the lighter draws the line for that. Hey, the lighter draws the line. That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
I
to
went
see
over.
that in
I went
Jello.
overboard.
I wouldn't want to see it in. No. You know what? I haven't done a Jello shot in forever.
Are those things like? Are they still things? Is that really
Yeah, we
still
do
like
when we go
that
camping.
was?
We always have all kinds of shots when we go camping. Always Jello shots. Yeah.
Don't they have like pudding shots now? I thought that was the new thing, like pudding shots. Maybe like
I
make it
don't
out of
know.
pudding instead of Jello. No, I don't know.
What would they put in pudding? No, that wouldn't pop like that. Wouldn't pop out.
It wouldn't work. I thought pudding shots. Yeah,
Oh, I'll have to look. I'll have to look.
you look that
'Cause-
up, man. I think it's a thing. I might just had a dream. I don't know.
A
No,
dream.
no,
Yeah.
Jethro can't tell. Jethro can't tell what between reality and when he's dreaming anymore. There's a problem.
I know there's some shot and it's called a snake bite.
I've never had that.
I wish I never did.
I mostly just drink like draft. I guess what I mostly drink. Hard
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I'm like a fucking because I do have native in my blood. I do from my mom's side. Am I Indian? I wouldn't say not, but when I drink fucking hard stuff, I turn into an Indian. You know what I mean? Like
You turn into one.
yeah, I got crazy.
Well, there's a little bit in all of us, I think, because I don't know. It depends. It depends on what alcohol too. So you have to be real careful. Really careful.
Like wow whiskey. Wow whiskey. There you go. It's a wow whiskey. The wow whiskey. Or fucking gin. I heard gin was like, okay, whatever. I heard there was like old lady panty remover. Okay. That's what they say it is. That's what the old ladies say anyway. I don't want to ask you or anything. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, no, I really don't know. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked with this chat. What the fuck?
Snake bite cider. Lager here. Snake bite cider and lager here. As he thinks cider and lager. Oh, it's Izzy saying that. Dab time. Yes. There's actually weed beer now and stuff, eh? Like there's fucking or weed.
Let me tell you. Yeah, that brings Canada back to my mind. I used to go to this beach, Southwicks, up in New York, and I had an aunt, right, who would always get like all this alcohol, and she'd come get me. She said, "Hey, let's go to the beach." My aunts and uncles weren't that much older than me, but they were just drinking age, you know. So whatever, they're my elder, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's go. So anyway, malt duck, Molson. Oh, was it Molson? But it was Canadians have this malt liquor, and it's like a wine. And this was called malt duck. I'll never forget.
Malt duck. I don't never
Malt
remember.
duck.
Maybe out in like Montreal, like Ontario and stuff.
Well, yeah, this was it was in New York, but it was a Canadian beer, but probably Ontario, yeah, because right across from Ontario, yeah. So, but I think they have those. They have that malt liquor too.
You know why they call okay, so we have Lucky out here. You guys have Lucky beer out there? Lucky and Lucky Extra?
I think I've heard of it, but I've never tried it.
What about everybody in the chat if they have heard of Lucky? Okay, so anyway, do you know why they call it Lucky? Because you're lucky if it doesn't run down your leg the next morning.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then they got extra lucky.
No.
You're extra lucky.
I don't
Okay.
know. I have a taste for
Bad
cheap
jokes. Bad jokes. Bad jokes. I'm
beer.
sorry. What about club? You ever had club?
I've had Utica Club.
Utica Club?
Yep, it's a beer. It's a I don't know how it's local to Utica, New York, but I think it goes out some ways. I don't know if it's nationwide or not.
We just got like straight up club, and it has like a club on it, like on the deck of cards. Yeah. It was like, because, man, my dad told me when he was younger, I don't know if they still do that, man, but he said that he used to get all the fucking bottoms of the beer from all the fucking, when after they brewed and everything, and then they'd fucking, everything joins the club. That's why they called it club beer. That's all the yeah, every fucking kind of whatever they had left over in the brewing fucking distillers, right, or whatever. Yeah, that's why they called it club.
You know, my grandma lived through the Depression, and she told me that the women used to come over to play cards. Like there was always a lot of fighting, and maybe this was I don't know. I know it was the Depression era. I don't know how close that was to Prohibition, but for whatever reason, people were making their own beers and things, and the women would carry over their beer in a bucket, and they would keep it on the floor, like so they didn't. I guess maybe they didn't have refrigerators. I just kind of really didn't ask her. I was just like, okay.
Just like one of those old, like a spoon in a barrel, and it just ladle in a barrel.
I don't know. I don't know, but I guess the women would play cards and the guys would whatever take their buckets elsewhere or something. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe during that time they had those ice boxes, but you could only fit so much in it. So I don't know. I guess they didn't have ice so readily because they didn't have freezers
Maybe.
like we do today.
Yeah. Cold drink wasn't a thing back in the day unless you were living somewhere cold, right?
Well, they could chip it, but I guess it was maybe a luxury.
Yeah, now we got like ice machines and everything right out of the fridge. Like, yeah, people just don't
I
even
know.
realize.
We have ice. Oh, that's the thumbnail of the show. Guess what? Taco Cabana has a pickle margarita now.
Pickled margarita.
Yeah, a pickle margarita.
I can't say I've ever heard of a pickled margarita before.
I haven't either, but I saw that and I was like, I got to try it now. I don't have one around me, but I'll find one. I'll have to go to the big city and get me one.
Yeah. They got that what was that, Caesar? They have like pickled bean Caesar now. I like Caesars. They're good.
What is Caesar's?
Caesars like with a little bit of vodka and tomato drink, and then you stick like the spice around the edge.
Oh, so it's like a Bloody Mary.
Oh, I guess a Bloody Mary would probably be with beer, right? Or am I thinking reverse? It might be reverse. No. Caesar's with vodka. I think a Bloody Mary's with beer.
No, Bloody Mary doesn't have beer in it.
No? Well, then what has? Just clam and beer then, right?
Clam.
Yeah, like clamato juice.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those drinks before. Yeah. I don't think I've ever tried one though. Oh, I don't. That doesn't even sound good.
No.
No.
It makes them like that fucking warm like bucket beer under your table. It makes it go down good.
No way.
Yeah, you can chug that stuff then. It just makes it go down well.
I wonder with my grandma and her bucket of beer, I wonder, I guess she was a kid at the time, but I wonder if women weren't even supposed to be drinking. I'm going to look that up. Like when were women allowed to drink?
Damn, I don't know. Yeah, I never actually really thought of that. I mean, I was born in '87, so I don't know. I think like women were allowed to drink ever since I was born. That's for sure.
I know it's weird when you look back. Yeah, because I wonder if they were like, maybe they were always allowed to drink, but it was frowned on. I don't know what those laws, like how when did they even come into like drinking age and whatever,
Or even smoking, right? Like,
Yeah, women weren't allowed to smoke or something. I don't know. I'll
yeah,
have to
yeah.
look it up. Yeah, kind of bizarre. Women weren't allowed to wear pants. I had a neighbor who, I don't know what their religion were, but they wouldn't let their daughter wear pants. It was very weird.
That is, isn't it? I mean, yeah, yeah. Like,
Oh,
well, I mean, like, well, I guess nowadays men are allowed to wear dresses. So, just saying, just saying.
yeah, they're allowed.
I know.
Well,
Okay, so I know people were talking about, like, so I want to bring up that whole, because I said I was painting a Starbucks, eh? And then people, like, a lot of people bitch about the gender neutral bathrooms and stuff like that. And like, I don't know how big your guys' Starbucks are down there, but I mean, here in Canada, man, there's only like one toilet, one bathroom. So like, either a man can go in there or a woman can go in there, but there's only one person at a time. You know what I mean? Because I just want to bring that up. Like, for me, it's not really that big of a deal unless it was like a fucking multi-person bathroom, right? Then there'd be issues. But yeah, it's like a man or a woman, one stall. That's it.
yeah, we have some of those in the newer places here, usually the movie theater. And yeah, I don't see what the big, it's usually for like, and it's like to equip anybody. It's usually like handicap, got a changing station in there.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like for the whole, like bring the whole family in. And, when you got little ones,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, I got you, man.
you really
But
need
I
more
don't know
room
how it
anyway.
is in the States. Like, I don't know how it is in the States there, but like, usually most gender neutral bathrooms I see here, I can't even see if I've even seen one. There's only one person stall, or like for the changing table or whatever, right? Like a one family or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not like a stall, like just a big open bathroom with a bunch of fucking stalls in there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we had them at work all throughout the building, and they actually had keys to them. So you could like just kind of just go check yourself in. Like, so it was for insulin, breast pumping, whatever you had to do, like whatever you got to do.
Oh
Like
yeah. Okay.
people that have catheters, whatever that you need a little extra room and to be hygienic.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, it even had a phone in there. So like if you had like a really personal phone call, you could go in there and
Run to the bathroom.
it just had everything in there. It wasn't even near the bathrooms. It was weird. And then there was a room called the quiet room. But yeah, it was for people like who wanted to spend their lunch, like just there was no music or nothing. It was just couches and stuff. And then some people got in trouble in there because
Like
they,
the library room, or I guess you call
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Always,
yeah.
always someone going shh.
They got some, they had some love and start going on in there. So
Yeah, yeah.
they had to
They
take that away.
you should pay somebody just to sit there and go shh.
Yeah. It was like a place to take a nap. Like, so if you were just waiting between meetings or whatever, you could just take a little nap. But people weren't
Oh
napping.
yeah, yeah. Geezer naps. That's what my dad calls it. Geezer naps.
Geezer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's true because I could never sit sleeping up until I did get older. Then I was like, hey, this ain't too bad.
These are not that bad.
I used to wonder how are they falling asleep sitting up, and then one time I tried it. I was like, "Well, I'll be damned." You just got to nod off while someone's talking to you, and it's A-okay. They're like, "Oh, that's all right." Anyway, it
I know
happened.
you get to that age and it's like you're a baby when you fall asleep. You're like, oh, you're so cute. Let her sleep
Yeah,
or let him sleep, whatever.
yeah. Well, I grew up where everybody had Manhattans. Even the kids, we had Manhattans at night. So like around 8 o'clock, it was time. It was time for Manhattan. So that's when some of that chair snoozing.
What's in Manhattan? What's that? Is that like those
It's like a
Snuggies or
drink.
whatever?
It's a drink, and it's like all alcohol. There's like no mixer to it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, my mom
Great.
would always make them. Yeah, I've never made one like for myself. It's just like a family thing. It's like, all right, let's have our Manhattans, and anyway, it does have a little bit of cherry juice in it, I think. Bye, Izzy. Good luck with that Jello. Oh shoot, my Cortana came on. Why does that thing come on? Okay, it went away.
Yeah, I gotta bounce out here too.
Do you?
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, man. And
Not a problem. I'll stay on for a little while longer. Yeah, I'm just here to, whatever, provide
yeah,
a chat.
stay in your chat for a little longer. See if anybody else wants to pop up, but I gotta get off the interwebs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep warm in that blizzard.
Fuck, no, it's brutal, man. It's brutal.
Get you some stone colder.
Yeah, stone cold. Yeah, exactly. The belly warmers. That's what we need.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
Hey, you guys. So I know it's still early, and it's a weekday. I've just been bored, and actually, I probably should have went a little bit later, but whatever. It's raining, and there's nothing else I can do now. Uh, People are starting to make up on YouTube. I don't know. I'm confused. I try not. I try not to really talk to anybody too much. Oh yeah. And then somebody made a video about me earlier this week or whatever, but I just laughed about it because I don't even understand the video, and I don't understand anything that she's talking about. Y'all ever have that? But I'm sure I'm missing something because I haven't been watching like every little thing. So whatever that was, I don't know. Oh. Oh. James D, I had to laugh the other day. If you're still here, this was funny as hell. I think I already told this story, but anyway, my daughter had gone to the grocery store, and then she was telling me she got in a James, don't get me in trouble. If you mention the name, then all of a sudden, then there'll be another video. Oh no, they said my name. She said my name. Haha, whatever. But anyways, back to the story. I'm not even worried about all that anymore. I'm like, whatever. People are going to say whatever. So hence, James, your wisdom has passed on. My daughter went to the grocery store. She'd come back, and I guess she'd gotten in an argument with a lady about her parking. And she agreed that her parking was bad. But she was in a hurry, and there was other reasons, whatever. So a lady parked like real close to her and like, tried to block her in her car, all that. So long story short, my daughter finally got in the car or whatever. And then the lady finally says to her, like, well, you need to learn how to park. And my daughter said, well, you need to learn how to not to give a fuck. And I was like, oh no, it's multiplying. I don't give a fuck. Mantra is multiplying. I can't hint it because that's what I told her. I was like, that's my girl. That's my girl. She said, I told her she needed to learn not to give a fuck. I can't even hint it because this person is like, she's just sideswiping me in things and saying things that I really, You know, when you tell somebody I don't understand and they really think, but you do understand, but there's some nefarious reason. It's the whole YouTube thing. It's like, no, really, if I say I don't understand, I really don't understand. I'm not kidding. And then, I don't know. They said they were blocked, but they're not blocked. And it's the same. How can I be a victim today? Please, I want to be your victim. It's just not going to happen. So that happened. That was like a few days ago. And I didn't even know. Again, people send me links and they're like, she's really going crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know. But anyway, just it's YouTube. It gets so bizarre. So bizarre. Um, Hold on. I'm going to share a screen because there might be a few things that I need to do. I need to share with the world. Hold on. I got to make sure I don't show anything. And there it is. So again, I don't even understand. I don't even want to understand. So whatever. Let me see what I have here to share. I just clipped little funny things from here and there. Okay, now I'm back to here. Becky. Oh, wait a minute. Blazing Scar says, I just caught up, was on 2.0. It was about everyone doing it at once. Yes, a mantra of everyone who did on me. I'm good. Okay, you're good. Okay, we're good. I don't understand. I don't even understand where you're coming from, what you're trying to say. I'm not even going to entertain it. Let me put it that way. I mean, it's like, again, okay, you're good. Okay, you're good. Let me do this screen share. Oh, wait. Here's Jethro. Jethro's back. Hey, Jethro.
Hey, I just found that clip, man. So I just wanted to share it with you real quick.
Yeah, share. Are you on your PC?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll wait for it and add it. I'm going to mute myself.
It's called A Sticky Situation.
James D. is Spitfire. No. Oh yeah, that has to be red.
They're fighting for her love.
That had to been red Jello. That was funny.
I think it was on Jerry Springer, but I think it was maple syrup. That's what I think it was. They were fighting in maple syrup.
No. Maple syrup.
Okay, I gotta go now. But
okay, thanks for popping back. Peace out. Oh, okay, y'all. Waffles, right? Can you imagine something hairy in there all rolling around? No. I wonder if if I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm not. My mind's not even gonna go there. Flapjack. No, no. You know, people really would do a fans only to watch some of that crazy stuff. Um, Let me see. Oh, I'm laughing too hard. Uh, um, there we go. I'm so slow at these things. Something to look at. Hey, Aiken. Um, very sticky situation. Oh my God. That is funny. Why? I wonder why they picked maple syrup. Jello. Um, I'm trying to figure this out. So when somebody says, "Oh, you don't even understand," that at least I tried really, really hard. All right. I don't even know. I don't know. So again, I tried again. I even tried again, and I still do not know. Um, yeah, for actually, I'm going to try something here and see. I wonder if you can do this like midstream. I'll be darned if you can't. Oh, wait, I have one already loaded in here. Check this out, y'all. Here's like my beginning, like for a sneak peek, if you will, of Universal Truth Project. So I have like some break things or whatever, but this is like the beginning. Sorry if this blares your ears. I'm still working on the sound. Anyway, you get the idea. I've been messing with that. That's like kind of the intro or whatever when you're waiting for people to come in or something. And feedback on that too, because do some people like when you get to a show, do you like to talk a little bit in the chat before the show, like and have something like that playing? Or, you know, because I hate to get to a show late and you're just like 5 minutes late and already you're like, who are they talking to or whatever, and you don't want to ask everybody. So anyway, I don't know. I'm at like a little bit of odds on those. Uh, yeah, I did. That's what I've been working on, and then on some topics in particular. All right, so Becky, why you got to come up while I'm live? You know, you just don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to go there with you. I don't. You already have done it publicly. So what? I don't even care. Go on your channel and talk about your feelings. I don't want to talk to you. Period. That's it. That's it. I don't understand that with some people. I don't know what it is. Why would you even ask me that publicly? And then would I feel sorry and put me on the spot and say, "Oh, I'll unblock you or whatever"? I don't want to talk to you. Told you that. Told you that nicely first. Okay, be gone. Goodbye. You said you're okay earlier, and then you're not okay, and now you're gone. Goodbye. Then, so anyway, yeah, I have some outros, Jethro. It's getting that way, and I've ignored it, and I've been pleasant, and it's like, I don't know how much more I can do there, okay? Force somebody to come out and say things publicly rather than be discreet. I made that clear. Made it clear. So, and why do people run? Why do people have to run to other people too, and then say things about me like tattling and shit? That's the weirdest thing ever. Yeah. Never told me you didn't want to talk to me. All right. I have a clip of you saying it. Let's roll it.
No? Well, I wasn't going to talk about that part, but trying to know. But I didn't like that part. And so that's hence why I left your comment, and I left one underneath Urban's and went to Urban's stream. I just didn't like that behavior. I don't, I guess it is hypocrisy because it is all around the sides. But I did not dislike the people. But, like she said, she shook a tree. It was all on her to say bye, bitch, to me. So that's it,
You got that? Now that clip is you running to James D live with your shit. Now let's get this clear. You want to bring it up? Let's go ahead and hash it out. What I told you, Becky, was don't ever talk to me again. And I have the screenshot if you want to see it, but I'll just say it. I said, don't ever talk to me again, ever. Then you come back with, oh, I'm just taking a break or whatever. You don't want to tell me straight up what your problem is. No, you want to go around stabbing me in the back, other people's comment sections or whatever. Which comment sections you pick of the most sickest, disgusting video I've ever seen. One of the worst I've ever seen on YouTube. But anyway, that's what you did. Then you went and ran up and you tattled on me, because then you come back and you're like, I like the people, I just don't like what was said or whatever. First you said you're taking 2 weeks off and whatever, rather than just saying whatever your problem was about it to me straight up. You did not do it once. Then I told you flat out, bye, bitch. And I blocked you. That was it. Yeah, I went on your panel. Oh, that's supposed to mean something, whatever. Grow up. Grow up. Again, here's what you said. You ran to James D's stream, and here's what you said. Public, telling him about me. Like, why should he give a shit about anything I do?
No? Well, I wasn't going to talk about that part, but trying to know. But I didn't like that part. And so that's hence why I left your comment, and I left one underneath Urban's and went to Urban's stream. I just didn't like that behavior. I don't, I guess it is hypocrisy because it is all around the sides. But I did not dislike the people. But, like she said, she shook a tree. It was all on her to say bye, bitch, to me. So that's it, you know.
No?
Well, I wasn't going to talk about that.
So that isn't the first time it's happened. It's happened other times. You know, you've accused me of stuff or whatever. You freak out, whatever. And all this drama, I don't need it. So that's what you said. Now I'm too sensitive. But you're in here asking me to talk about it and make it about you. Everything's not about you. You did go to James D. That was on his live show. So whatever. You don't want to let it go. Just like I said in my other video, and I moved on rather quickly. Oh, here's Becky. She wants to keep it going. You do this with everybody. But I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. No, just get the fuck out. You say you're blocked here. Go be blocked. And come in here with your fucking... No, don't even talk to me. You're not coming on my panel. No. Banned from studio. Adios. Don't even let me ban you. Whatever. You can sit down there. I don't even give a fuck. Like, you know, you have a stream and then you owe these people, oh, my feelings are hurt or whatever. Anybody ever told you that? Like, and then even like months later, you're like, we're good. I'm over it or whatever. Maybe that person needs time. Okay. Maybe what you did was fucking everyone else sees. All right. Whatever. Go talk about it on your own stream and laugh about it and have a good laugh. And, oh, she mentioned my name and I still don't even understand what the fuck you were trying to say that night. You were saying you're blocked. Everybody else is saying they could see you. I could see you. You weren't blocked. Then we're all supposed to understand you're fucking crazy. Well, no, not me. Yeah, it happened then, James D. It happened after that. And people who didn't understand it, people who were close to me and talked to me even privately, couldn't come to me and ask me, who've known me for fucking years, but run around and fucking talk shit. That's what it was. And I still handled it with some class. I still didn't come out publicly, but now you have forced me to, Becky. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fuck. Comes to me, oh, I'm taking a few weeks off or whatever, you know, and instead of just saying what you said bothered me or whatever, tell me fucking straight up. Just fuck. You wanted it to go there, so now it's went there. Now you ruined my buzz, but hey, but that's what Becky always fucking does. Fuck. Tired of it. I'm even nice. I even tell people, you know, even people, things you don't want to say to people, like, you know, whatever. Uh-oh, here we go. Yes, this is the bright, cheery person I need. Welcome. Hello, Aiken. I mean, Dr. Feelgood. No.
How you doing? Sounds like you're having a bad time of it right now.
I was having a good show. I was having a good laugh. And then I'm like, oh, man, why? You know, it's like, then if you block, then they say, oh, she blocked me. What the fuck?
So, what do you know about narcissism? Hey.
I know a lot about it. I know, unfortunately. I know a lot about it.
Can you share screens?
Yes, you can share yours. I'm going to take, let me take mine. I'm going to completely remove mine. Stop screen.
Right. I've been doing a bit of reading about narcissism because I always thought I knew what it was. And I didn't realize that there's actually two major forms of narcissism. Did you know that?
Yes.
So there's this form of narcissism,
Malignant, right?
Which is grandiose,
Okay.
sort of But there's also another one, a lesser known one, and it's called vulnerable narcissism. Have you heard of that?
No, but it sounds like we're
Today.
yeah.
So I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, you share yours and I'll pop it up.
Let me see. Sharing is easiest with. Hang on. Don't show this. Is it gonna let me choose my screen? Oh, yes, it will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you do share screen, then it'll say application, and then you'll get to choose. Like, yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I've shared the screen.
Yep.
Right. So there's there's a really interesting form of narcissism, and it's mainly characterized by neuro. Yeah, can you pronounce that? Neuroticism. Right?
Neuroticism, yes.
So it's, as with
neurotic.
Most maladaptive neuroses, there's variations in what it's like. But I would suggest that people go to this page and actually look at what a vulnerable narcissist actually is, right? And how it's linked to borderline personality disorder, okay, which is has its own issues as well, right?
Yeah,
and
that's a really hard one.
A lot of people I actually see online a lot of tolerance for mental illness in these streaming communities, and it's kind of just got to me lately. I've just got sick of being tolerant about other people's problems all the time and putting up with their shit, and it ultimately leads to I'm sick of putting up with people's racism and bigotry and all sorts of stuff, and makes you want to go Karen, right? But this is something that I see these neuroses popping up all the time, and very, very lately this vulnerable narcissism has become and borderline personality disorder has become very, very apparent to me, and I'm kind of sick of it. I just people who are suffering from mental illness or from issues with abuse of problems with medications or anything like that, and whoever they might be, need to sort their shit out before they come and annoy me and my friends in this space, because I'm just sick to death of putting up with your bullshit, basically. Right? It's just not going to work anymore for me. Okay.
No, yeah.
I don't think I should have to. I really don't think I should have to anymore. There's always a certain degree of tolerance, but then it just gets. It's like the happy drunk. If somebody's actually, they have a beer or two and they get funny and they just don't have that violent edge, right? Cool, drink. But if you're gonna get grumpy and you're gonna do the whole nasty, violent, horrible language sort of thing, then just don't drink and don't bring it on streams just for your own.
We have
fucking somehow make you feel more powerful,
Yeah, we have a question. Jethro wants to know, how do you cure it? I just see this poor guy in Manitoba in a blizzard, like, holy hell, and how do you cure this shit?
How do you cure it? How do you cure anything? You actually, you go and see somebody about it, right? You're not going to get. You're not going. We're not your counselors, okay? We're really not your counselors, and you really have to behave better to be our friends. Okay, like we try to tolerate it, try to actually put up with this shit, and it just grates and grinds down, and you just end up by being these sort of like psychic vampires sucking the fucking life out of everything. So just don't. Just go and get some help, do what you need to do, and become a little bit more stable and better, so that from a position of strength, you can actually form reasonable relationships with people.
Here's the
That's
thing.
all.
Right.
That's all. You know,
Here's
I
the
don't
thing.
want
Yeah.
to see you with your pants down, right? I really don't.
Look, I look at it like this. If anyone has a relative, we have one in our family. I won't say who, but everybody's always like, she's diabetic, but she'll never check her sugar. She won't eat right. She'll eat all the sugary stuff. And it's like, everyone's always worried, you know, so it's like, it's your responsibility to take care of your own health. And other people who are, I don't know many people who don't suffer from at least a mild mental illness. And it's like, we got to keep ourselves in check or whatever. And it's like, I've had it too with the, this is several. Yeah. And the whole thing is okay, well, I'll come out and say this one, Mike Truth. Okay. I'm not even entertaining it. Like, he's a nuisance, you know, it's these certain ones. And it's like, yeah, again, it goes back to, okay, we see what you are. You're in the wrong place. You should be in a hospital, or, you know, if you can't, you know, maintain yourself enough not to do these certain things to the general public, then maybe you, seek something, whatever you got to fucking do.
Please seek something, right? Please seek something.
How do I get a hold
out
of
of my way?
you?
I am not on a suicide hotline. I don't want to listen to you being emotionally unstable all the time. I want you to get help, right?
Cross my boundaries and find out and learn other people's fucking boundaries and stay the fuck away.
Do you know if you can't, one of the things that any counselor is going to tell you is, if you are if you get anxiety due to a situation, and you can't control that anxiety, right? Avoid the situation. Okay? If you continually returning to the same old shit over and over again, okay, there's something, you must know there's something wrong with you.
Right. If you're feeling manic, don't go shopping.
And I
self-fucking control.
I can't get to know who you are because you're too fucked up. Okay? I would rather get to know the real stable you. Okay? Who can have a proper friend association with others. That's the person I want to know. I don't want to know the person that I have to go down to a mental institution to sit in the bloody ward and watch Rupert stab bloody corked forks into his eyes, right? Because that's what most of these streams are like. Okay, it's just Rupert running around like this with bloody trying to stab himself with a fucking fork, right? And I don't want to hear. It's become. It was interesting to me for a while, but it's become unpalatable, right? And I'm more interested now in actually learning some stuff. What I used to like on the stuff I used to like on YouTube before all of this shit drama got in the way, right? If I want drama, I'm going to go and I'm going to actually watch something that a professional actor actually does, right? And if I want to be a counsellor, I'll volunteer for a youth hotline or a bloody suicide prevention hotline, right? I'm not going to be your counsellor. what your interaction with me is not going to be part of some long-term way of managing your fucked up situation, right? Deal with it. Okay, and do not think for a moment that people don't see. It's not really bloody obvious after a while if you've got some sort of dependency problem, right?
Right. Well,
It sticks out like a sore thumb, right? Sort that out.
Yeah. The whole thing is you know, yeah, I'm not the doctor. You know what? Alanis Morris has a good song. It's called "I'm Not the Doctor." Listen to the lyrics. I love that song. That's me. It's like, I'm not the fucking doctor. I'm here. I'm taking care of me. You know, like that's a good. If you're a single parent, I used to tell myself that all the time. Even if I didn't feel like it, I would drag my ass to get whatever it was I needed to get done with for my health or for college or whatever. I'm the captain of this fucking ship. I am, and you know, these other people need, you know, fuck that. I don't want. Don't put baggage on me.
You know,
don't fucking blow shit at me. You know, like I'm not touching it.
I feel bad for taking this position, right? It's sort of like, oh, you're not sensitive, or you're not. Do you know, you go down to the local pub and you start waving your hands in the air and screaming at people and bloody arguing all the time, and see how long normal people are going to actually give you the time of day, right?
Look.
Okay. So if it sounds like it's not even tough love, there's no love involved, right?
No.
It's just, this is how it is in the real world.
We have different.
Get fucking used to it. Okay.
Even at work, sometimes I say, get off my phone, hang it up.
Anyway, it's just something.
Anyway,
I've got my bonnet at the moment, so I had to express that and give you some support. I want to see more of these little things that you've been doing. With the,
you want me to show you a few real quick?
I'm going to stop sharing. Yep.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit of echo, but when I play them, it automatically mutes the. Oh, and by the way, think about it while I show these. I'd love to have you as a guest when I'm getting started back up on another channel I have. I'll get with you on it. I'm dying of thirst. Hold on. Hold on. Here's one. I'm just going to flip through them real quick. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Just a little idea of what I got going for over there for like breaks, intros, and outros. Here's another one.
Right, got it.
Yep. Saw that one. Here's this one. All right, and then those are just real quick, but you're going to really like this one. I can't let you go without seeing this one. I got one loaded of a little video, but then I got this one because the first show I'm setting up is for Venice. Venice, yes.
Cool.
I can hear you. That's awesome. Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I really like it. I like this.
Now, the issue of the Crusades,
Got it already, dude. I've got it ready.
Well,
Stashing
you've
stuff
learned some
away.
things, eh? Real history, not just bullshit. Right.
Yeah, so it's going to be some interesting topics and yeah, some different chats we've had and stuff. I've stuffed some information away. But yeah, I'd like to move on and back to the other though is I don't know, I'll rewatch this and see. A person can only take so much of the other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't, and it's a little cat and mouse thing. Yeah.
You try to be polite.
In every way. In every way. Yes. I mean, what? Anyway, yeah, it's like, yeah. How much more? And then,
yesterday, right? There was a channel where actually I can't even talk about it. It was so crude. I can't even talk about what that person was talking about. The most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life. Not just just beyond offensive.
I did too.
This is a person who everybody just politely sort of waves off, right? Okay, but filthy, offensive, beyond, not even adult, just grotesque. I don't know. I'm hoping drunken. I'm hoping somebody wouldn't even say the things that were said without it being some kind of drunken rant. But
I was surprised too at some things that I've heard, and I don't know. I'm just trying to take it out, like neutral, brown, if even that, because you know what, I really just enjoy chats, and you know that's sad because you don't want to be associated with it when the people are talking about stuff like that.
And it doesn't help you. It doesn't actually make you feel like you're a better person coming away from it. It makes you feel like you've lost something a little bit. That somehow the dirt just like rubs off on you.
Yeah, and now
I'm sick of listening to it, so I just won't anymore. Right.
Yeah, I think James D cursed me with that wrench. I really do, because it's a curse. It's a curse. He probably has a clairvoyant cousin's brother.
Yeah. But okay. So I'm not sure who I'm not supposed to talk about, T. This is the problem I have. You're going to have to send me secret messages because I want to talk about one thing.
It gets tangled, and then I am like, I never in my life. Now I've been archived eternally. Thanks a lot, James D. Thanks a lot. I'm like, now, why do I got to be archived eternally? Anyway,
I think you should automatically, whenever you go into any channel, T, you should instantly give 0 your wrench. Okay. I just think it should be a policy.
I know, just hear 0, just take it. He is so. Isn't that the oddest thing you've ever seen too? And then he runs around and does what he does, and he's like, I busted her. I'm like, oh no. Oh wait.
I just saw a comment in the chat. I don't usually watch the chat. Just in passing. This is a shed. In a shed.
It's like,
I wish I had a tinfoil hat right now. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm having to take a screenshot of this private chat. I'm reading this private chat back here, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I've had a boyfriend like you. Oh, please.
And what is it about? What is it about? Like, is it possible for guys to actually? Because I think it is, right? To actually have friendships with girls online on these streams without trying to get in their pants all the time. That'd be great. That'd be great, wouldn't it? You know.
I know.
Right? Actually, just people who are actually friends, not trying to fucking get a leg over somebody else, manipulate a situation, or
I know, and I'm just like,
keep that shit for your real world, right? Go on a date.
Yeah.
Go find a room.
Plant a garden.
There are options, right? There are other options than trying to treat this like your little sexy hunting ground.
I
Just
know.
'cause you can't talk to people in the real world. Maybe learn to cook or something. That'd work. Bring something useful. Oh, here's something you could do as a man. Bring something useful to the. Have you ever seen a bird when birds sit in the trees and that, and the male bird's sitting? He's wanting a mate, right? He's carrying twigs around and shit like that. Look at this. I can actually fly and I can carry a twig, right?
Yeah, like I got skills. Like bring some skills,
like that, right?
Yeah, bring some skills.
Actually, bring something to the table, for fuck's sake. You start on that today. That's what you should do, right? Develop a single skill. Just think of that every time, every bit of effort that you put in, that passion. Oh God, it's hard. It's hard getting up in the morning. I know. But just get up and do it, and just, I know, whittle. You could whittle something.
Carpe diem. Seize the day.
Heart.
Yes, seize the day.
Seize the day.
Yes.
Actually learn something valuable that a potential significant other is going to actually think, this person's worth getting to know a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be a good start. That'd be a great start. I'm just sick of the bullshit. It's like watching the playground at a mentally retarded play school. You can actually physically, you can see there's adult versions of people going over and pulling ponytails and crap like this all the time happening. Oh my God.
Yes. And snapping.
It does not make me like you anymore when you do that shit. Right?
Yeah. And snapping training bras. That's what Aaron would be. He'd be, like, oh, she's wearing a training bra. Everybody look, snap it, snap. And then they don't stop. Like all the way through graduation. It's like, yeah, dude, I get it. I wear a bra. Get the fuck away from me. Never grow. He's still there. If he could do it, he'd do it. Little weirdos.
Hey, and it's. I'm probably not even talking about you. It's the strain you're smoking, right? It's not me. I'm not talking about you. If you think I'm talking about you, then maybe I am, but I'm probably not, right? It's probably the strain. Just over the last year, man. I visualize some of these houses. They haven't got chimneys, right? They've just got their windows open, all the smoke's pouring out. They're on some bloody genetically modified. It's probably not even green.
Well,
it's it's beyond. You know, there's an interesting thing. A lot of very, very high concentration THC concentration cannabis is very, very low in CBD, right? So so that tends to heighten paranoid response. There's massive studies about that. Okay. So
yeah,
you know what? You know what would be really good? Here's something about bringing it to the party, right? Get off your fucking ass and grow it yourself.
that's my next goal.
Get off your ass and grow. And sorry, get off your ass and grow it yourself.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, if you have, yeah, you're allowed legally to have so many plants. So, but again, I'm believe me, I know I'm a slow goer, but I've got so many projects. I've got to start knocking them out. So anyway, but that's my goal, is to get there, and I want to grow tomatoes. Like I just want to start small, tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I might try you know, the legal marijuana plants.
And then you could actually probably buy in a few gallons of milk, make your own cheese, make your own bases, do some cook some pizza, you know, with the cheese and the tomatoes.
So, you're gonna give me
And yeah, I'm making a joke. I'm making a real joke, you know.
Well,
It's funny, right?
I hate to say this, but I was raised on craft products. I won't say why I was going to, but let me just rest assured, our house was always full, even our clothing, everything. We had craft, everything. So, but anyway, now I feel so dirty.
Oh man.
Yeah, you have to know the codes, and you have to know like feelings and stuff. The whole thing here is, if it's okay, I want to know from a mentally healthy outlook with social media, like if you just kind of fall off and you stop talking to somebody, it's kind of like are you not saying, well, let's just keep communication open or whatever, but you know, I don't know, there's just different etiquette. And when you tell somebody just straight up, like, you know, I mean, you just tell them straight up, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's the New York in me. Like, you know what? Yeah. I had a therapist tell me, you know, go to sister school. It's okay. It's about boundaries. It's about healthy boundaries. It's like, hello, you know, like you've already crossed this 2 or 3 times. This is the final time. This is you're over the wall, you know, the cannon fodder's about to fucking start. And you know you're there, you put yourself there. Don't be shocked when it happens.
Exactly.
And it's healthy. I've had people do it to me, and I've looked back and I thought, man, I really was an asshole. And we can even look back and laugh at it when you put time and distance, because that's what healthy people do.
So tell me about your channel. What's going to be on it? What sort of stuff is going to be on it? And you know, it's like I'm just looking at the, you know, this is the last time, so it doesn't really matter what you say, but it's the last time I'm looking at the chat and I'm saying, oh, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. I'm looking up right now some things that I have. Okay. I have just topics. I have a stash on turkey. I have
cool.
I still want to do Webster Tarpley. I'll find him in a minute. If I don't, I'll find where I have his stash somewhere.
There's a lot of really interesting political history that sort of moves into today, but you just can't write. I mean, I didn't realize, I was reading about the JFK assassination the other day, and I was gobsmacked. I did not realize that Kerry Thornley was actually arrested by Jim Garrison as being part of the conspiracy to commit to assassinate JFK. I didn't know. Big hole in my, you think you know everything about something, right? And then you get hit sideways with something, right? Something like that. All of a sudden, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't know anything about the bloody thing, right? And then I don't know if you guys know who Kerry Thornley was, but he's the guy who co-founded Discordianism.
Wow.
Did you know that? It's bloody, you know, Discordianism's pretty crazy in itself. But that's an interesting subject in itself. But the fact that the guy who founded it also was arrested by Jim Garrison for conspiring to kill John F. Kennedy, and the fact that you just didn't. It seems to have sort of been a memory hole almost, you know. Seems
Yeah, a
to have
lot
been
of
memory hold. Why? You see, there's my paranoia going, whoa, hey, there's something here. Yeah, man, I'll go down that rabbit hole because obviously,
yeah, a lot of
they want me to not know about that.
yeah, a lot of these conspiracy theories, and a lot of these people, it's just really bizarre. The people that you find out that were entangled with such things. Yeah, I also have a process church. I have some research on that tucked away, but I really wanted to get to Webster Tarpley. I wanted to touch on why doesn't the U.S. have a Labor Party?
Ha, that's interesting. I don't even think.
Yeah,
like unless you're sort of in the British Commonwealth, you probably don't even know there's such a thing. Actually,
I really don't.
I'd say that, like I consider myself a centrist politically, right? So I'm not extreme either way, but I tell you what, there's so much shit about about what capitalism is, what socialism is, what it's unbelievable. So
Right.
it might be interesting to actually teach people what a blue collar movement is, right?
Right.
People don't even know where unions came from. They don't even know. At the turn of the 19th to 20th century, okay, the major socialist writers were based in the States, and they were actually the most popular books that were being written at that time were actually from socialist writers, major socialist writers. It actually affected the whole, like other countries took it on and ran with the writings. You'd be surprised who those people are. For example, what is it you call the oath of declaration? What's that one you stand up and swear?
Declaration of Independence. Oh, the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance, right? Well,
yeah.
The guy who wrote the Pledge of Allegiance was a socialist. The guy who he was a Christian minister and a socialist. His cousin, I think it was, wrote one of the most popular. Was a socialist philosopher. I think, what was his name? James Bellamy or something like that, who wrote one of the most profound works of fiction of one of the most profound works at the time on socialism, on a utopian sort of ideal model. I'm gonna have to look that up, but that'd be actually a really good one to cover, because people don't realize it's actually a homegrown thing. It didn't come from overseas. Yeah. It was actually that book at the time that he wrote it, and I'm trying to remember the name, but I do know that there's only one book that outsold it, and that was Uncle Tom's Cabin at the time. That's how popular it was. And there were all sorts of really interesting movements, and people lump the concept of socialism and saying everything's socialist. I think I could probably, I think I remember reading a book on socialism where there was 17 different types of socialism, right?
It gets so it's very
capitalism. So as I said, I'm just saying that there's this ignorance, this level of profound fucking ignorance about blue collar workers movements, how that relates to politics, and it seems to be really bad in the States. I don't even know if you guys have a labor movement, one that's actually in opposition to the truly in opposition.
The problem is, they
people who are just ripping you guys a new hole through all their little friends, little mates,
with the
contracts, right?
With the unions, they have pretty much like they're so far left leaning.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, even when you go into a union hall, they have like whatever the latest Democratic candidate is, and that's also with, and I've heard from teachers say that I forget whatever the Teachers Association, it might come to me, even the AARP, whatever, like they push political agendas rather than what would be ideally the Labor Party, which would be, hey, look, we're all in this class or whatever, and let's put all those other agendas aside. We're trying to put food on our table, well, basically.
Okay, so think about this. The number one evil that people thought that blue collar workers movements considered back around the turn of the last century was wage slavery. Have you ever heard of the concept of wage slavery?
Yes.
They considered actually working for wages to be a form of slavery. I mean, and if you want to know, that's something out of Marx, but it's bloody true. Anybody who's in the real world who has to earn bucks an hour just to put fucking food on the table every day, you go back, you do it, it's all the money's gone. It seems that society always keeps you just at that point, right? And you'll always spend to what you have, right? So even if you make a little bit more money, it's gone before you bloody spend it. That's life. That's the grind. That's what I told my son. That's the grind, boy. If you're a young lad or a lady who is the your sole income of a household because you've got dependents, you're working your bloody ass off all the time, and it just doesn't seem to end.
And it's
right.
Yeah,
that's the grind. It's actually worth it. Okay, it does get better, but it takes a long time, and you age a lot and you learn a lot during the process. And unfortunately, if you don't go through that, you're going to be a little bit emotionally stunted. I feel.
Right. And you learn a lot.
Have you seen that online? Right.
Yeah, I did my time, and don't expect them to love you back. Don't expect them to love you back. A lot of these people go in there, I'm going to make changes, and I'm going to, all right, whatever. Yeah, you'll learn the grind. But anyway,
so let's talk. So wage slavery, right, is a situation. I'm reading the Wikipedia definition because that's how I roll. Is a term describing a situation in which a person's livelihood depends on wages or salary, especially when dependence is total and immediate. I would say that almost everyone I meet in society can relate to that line, right? Look up wage slavery in Wikipedia. Turn of the last century, your average blue collar worker was aware of wage slavery, and they no longer wanted wages. So at least 50% of the workers' movement during that time wanted another model. And this was a lot of Wobblies. If you look at documentaries on Wobblies, the Workers of the World Party that was
Right.
was picked up all the indigents and people who could no longer couldn't get in any other union. You know, the unskilled labour, the stuff that the farmers used to get the police to pick up on the trains and then force them into work on the fields and shit like that. Right? Some really gross stuff that these pricks would do to people. Right? Just kick them when they're down. And oh God.
Well,
but what would happen?
that's basically what we're going through here with the laws of. I don't know if you're familiar with right to work laws, but they've been passed in most states, and basically what that says is you can be fired for any reason. Okay, because now,
really?
Right? So now right, and what happens with okay, if you get a good job, and especially if you're union or whatever, and you're getting closer to your pension or whatever, what they do is well, if you get sick or have a sick family member or whatever, they're protected in just firing you for any reason. Now, the only thing that would save you is if you're protected by the union, and the union can fight to get your job back or whatever like this. But by the time you've reached that point, you're management. You're no longer union. And this happens so much now. Yeah.
Can I tell you about New Zealand and Australia, right?
Yes,
yes. And I can't remember Canada, but I worked there for a few years. But firstly, I want to say that I just want to go back to that wage slavery thing first, because I want to finish that point. And that is that a lot of the blue collar workers at that time believed that companies should be 51% owned. Any corporate entity should be 51% owned by people who were working in the company. Hang on just a second.
Yeah.
I just have to go and lift something. I'll be back in a second. Sorry.
I'm back, but I guess Aiken is still not back. But that's okay. He'll be right back. Let me catch up with your comments. I had to run to the powder room. Yeah, I'm an internet junkie. Okay, whatever. I might just start blocking people during certain shows and then just like unblock everybody after. Maybe. Simon, whatever. I don't know. Oh, hey, Aussie Gus. Mark Smith. Yeah, funk break. to grab a snack or whatever. I'm loving those little things. So yeah, I'll be starting on that other. I'm gonna go over here and see if there's any other little goodies I can show you. Oh, here he is. He's back. Yeah, he's just muted. You're muted, Aiken. I didn't mute you. Let me see. I can't unmute you.
Sorry,
wait.
that was heavy. That was just a little heavy. Let me catch my breath.
No, you're fine. I had to sneeze myself. My allergies are killing me.
Yeah, my wife's taking a whole lot of chain link rolls down to a paddock. Some of those chain link rolls are pretty big. So,
oh my gosh.
Anyway, so at the turn of the last century, they a lot of blue collar workers were really sick of the concept of wage slavery and wanted to adopt a model relating to workers, people you had to work. They wanted people to 51% own companies, and if you actually you had to work in the company to be and people were not paid wages. They did not want people to be paid wages. They wanted to eliminate wage slavery by paying dividends.
Right. We have that. We have both of that here. You get a wage and you get a dividend.
This
If
what
you have
they
a really good job. I did. Yeah.
was to make people's income solely dependent upon dividends, and ensure that 51% of each corporate entity was actually owned by the people who were actually working in it. Sounds reasonable to me, but there's a bunch of very, very wealthy people in the US and in other countries that didn't like that idea. It's not actually even a socialist idea, right?
Well, we do have that here, like
constructs. There's no reason why a corporation works the way it does.
Gobani Yogurt just did it. Like certain employers will do that. Walmart did it like a long time ago. Like these people who started at Walmart like forever ago as a cashier or whatever, who got vested at that time, probably, you know, have some investment. So they do that a little bit here, but it's such a negotiation to get, you know, and you have to have a pretty good job in doing so. And so that cuts out, I don't know of any trade labor, or maybe truck drivers do, maybe for like if they're with a large corporation, I think they might. Well, so it cuts out the tradesmen anyway.
Well, I've never belonged to a union, right? Never belonged to a union. I don't have to in this country, really. Don't have any problems with unions. Probably do a very good job in places. But I have, but in this country, we have a thing called a law called the Employment Contracts Act, that I have to have a contract with my employer, and that there are certain basic conditions that have to be met inside that contract, right? And things like termination, annual leave, sick pay, all of those things, termination date, trial period, all of those sorts of things are actually covered inside that agreement process. I don't have to have a union necessarily to fight for me on that. I can also call upon public arbitrators to help in employment disputes if I need to.
That's interesting. Right. Yeah.
Well, so it's a different, very different situation.
Right here, union jobs are very stressful. I worked for a union. I worked for both union and non-union at the same company, and it's so different. But anyways, I wanted to bring up the post office. I know two postal workers personally who, I mean, horror stories working for the postal union.
Oh,
It
really?
was like, oh yeah, one he lit himself, he put himself in a bathtub, filled it up with gas and lit it on fire. And he was
Oh.
ready to retire, and it was related to his job. Yes, he was our neighbor. And then this was a close friend. She died
Wow.
at home. Yeah, she died at home, and she'd been dead in the house for 3 days. And then the neighbor down the street who ended up in that demise, he worked at the same post office. Finally, he went and checked, and she was dead. And what they were saying at work was, "We got her now. 3-day no call, no show. Union rules. Oh, we got her now. She's getting ready. She was older, getting ready to retire. Can you imagine? She was dead. They did not call her emergency contacts. Nothing. Oh,
Oh
good.
my God.
We got her now. 3 days, no call, no show." That's what it's like here, living in a union, working for a union, under a union, because everything goes by that handbook. And it is more CYA with that. It is. I never in my life, and what's weird is I watched it with AT&T, which went through Bell, the Southwestern Bell, SBC to Singular, back to AT&T. I watched it go through. Let's take Christmas for example. Christmas, we always got a bonus. We had a sit down meal at work where we were going to have a meeting, and we'd try to make it work related or whatever, but people brought covered dishes. By the time I left that company, it was, if you bring a dish, put it by the printer, and when you print, make your plate to go back to your desk. That is the atmosphere now, and that was 10-12 years ago. And this is a job that anybody here would die for, to have that medical coverage and all the other benefits that went along with it. That's what it was like when I worked for the union there. Absolutely. Yeah.
So these unions sound corrupt to me. Is that actually what's going on?
Well, that was my experience. And then, of course, I had personal friends who worked for the post office. And I've heard that the telecom unions and the postal union are like two of the worst
Oh,
to
really?
work for. Yeah. So there might be some. My dad worked for the union for a while with the railroad, and that was a different type of experience. I remember him coming home and talking about it. But anyway, so it's not anywhere near, I think, the other model.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's nowhere near that concept. We've strayed away from that. As a kid, I remember you weren't going to go without a turkey at Thanksgiving or at Christmas, because your employer, even if you were a cashier at a grocery store, you were treated like a human. Have a meal for your holiday. Now that is unheard of.
Do you know, when I was working in Canada for various startups and things, it was common to see potential venture capital firms coming through. You actually would see organisations like the Teachers Union being pulled through your high-tech sort of R&D facility, because they were actually investing. They had lots of money. It was known how much, these unions were just filthy with money, and they were investing in a lot of the high-tech stuff. So I guess not all the unions are that. I don't really understand what the economics are relating to that sort of thing. One day I'll have a look.
Well, yeah, I could tell you horror stories that I went through, and this is at one of the top companies around. But yeah, I hope that our culture does change. I don't know how it's going to, but with the atmosphere we see in YouTube, that is also workplace atmosphere here. Let me make that very clear, because the same sicknesses, oh, she got the promotion and I didn't.
Yeah.
The boss brought donuts because she asked, or whatever, all these little nitpicking. It is really at a level. I remember I had a director once. We got a new director. We sat down for one of our first weekly meetings, and everybody was yelling, our usual thing, the usual dysfunctional type of communication. And he had to say, let me tell you, when you talk over somebody, what you're saying is what they're saying is not important. So first of all, he had to first make that, just let's get that. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's not talk over each other.
Have you ever had a boss say to you, I hear what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying too.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying too.
Yeah, and those meetings are always where people show out too, and
it's
yeah.
fascinating. The whole thing you actually see inside of work, and when I think about it, yeah, it is kind of similar. When you get this concept of the other, right? So there's always a baddie that a lot of these groups actually form around, right? They mutually dislike some other person or some other group, and that other helps bind the group. You see,
Yes,
gives them a group identity.
Yes,
So it's self-perpetuating.
and I saw some behavior. This will crack you up, because the high tech jobs I had, I went in as a contractor, so it's a really competitive environment, because you're in there, you've gone through all the training with the other contractors, and you're trying to actually get hired on, right?
You weren't doing interior decorating for the Clintons or anything.
No.
That is dog. That's, oh my God, you got to dress properly to do that sort of thing.
No, it was usually like
oh my God,
like very large corporations, when they decide to archive all the old systems and go to a completely new system. That's usually where I got started. So anyway, so I'm dealing with other contractors, and we're all trying to get hired onto the actual company or whatever, right? Competitive. Right. There was a guy who would actually, he didn't wear glasses, but when we would get called to, our weekly meetings, he'd put on these glasses to look smart. I'm like, this it's just like it's just like YouTube. It'd be like, we'd get an email like, let's go ahead and have a meeting, or whatever. And all of a sudden I'd see him take out these glasses.
Did you ever think to maybe swap them with like a bright purple pair, something with little stars on them or something? So he opens his glass case and he's got the meeting. He's got some big Elton Johns or something.
I was like, oh my gosh, he was just one of those ones, always with the press suit and everything. And it's like, okay, whatever, it was total. And it was total, hey bro.
I tell you, I used to piss off people. I used to work in a quite an intense design house once, and I noticed that a lot of the chain smokers would get up, and every 10-15 minutes would be outside for 10 minutes. So I decided I needed a break too.
Yes.
So I go out and stand with the smokers.
Yeah, that's where you get all the good gossip. That's where you
get all the good, got all the good gossip out there, and took a little while for them to get used to it.
Outsider.
Just pick where your manager is actually heading outside. Just head outside. Just go and stand with them.
Yeah.
See how long that lasts. You don't like him.
Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, so you see this types of behavior are everywhere. So it's not just YouTube. And I would really like to do a segment, and I would like to research the proper social media etiquette. Social media etiquette, like hellos and goodbyes. How
Hellos and goodbyes.
How do we
see where
handle?
you're going with that? You cheeky minx. I know what you're doing there. Don't you play those other games with me?
This is no. This is even offline etiquette. Like, how do you
Offline
handle?
etiquette. There
How
is
do-
nothing you can say at this stage that isn't loaded. Just say. Keep going.
I know, like
It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to be talking about someone, right?
that's why I just kept saying I don't understand, because I didn't understand that other situation. But is it okay to not even want to understand? Like, I don't understand that, but I don't want to. Do I have to?
I'll go as far to say that the universe doesn't owe you explanations there, right?
That's the way I look.
Your desperate attempt to seek a reason is just going to not work, probably.
Yeah,
you're going to be left not knowing.
That's some people's personality. I had a brother-in-law. He was a manager of Home Depot. So I just always assumed, and maybe it's not, I don't know. It just never bothered. At first it did. But anyways, he had a habit when he would hang up the phone, he wouldn't say goodbye or anything. He would just hang up. But the conversation was obviously over. It was kind of like, I got what you mean and everything. And then you just hang up. But it was just how he was. Like, it's just how he was. I don't know if you know anybody. Yeah, and people would ask me, "Does he do that to you?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And I was like, "It's just what he does. It's just how he is." I didn't have to start talking to other family members. He was rude to me, and I was trying to tell him something, and he just hung up and and cry about it. If I were to call him back, he'd say, "No, I thought we were done." It was nothing. That's just his personality. And what a lot of people around in life don't get either is just, that it's okay, to say goodbye or whatever. It's like, dude, I don't have to hang on to what happened or whatever. Just, I don't know. It's very, 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 very bizarre.
Let's talk about how we got to know each other.
Yeah, because
how suspicious were you? How suspicious were you of me?
No, Aiken.
Did you ever actually ban me? I think you banned me.
No, I banned everybody. I went into Lepo's Discord and in his chats, and I'd be like, "That is it. I've had it with this person." I'm like, anybody I'm not even gonna try to weed them out. I'm just banning. I went into Discord.
It doesn't owe you any answers there.
Yeah, like I just figured, okay, like it's nothing personal. I have to be safe at this moment.
Oh my God!
Hey, Wutan Dan, good to see you.
Is Dan there? Is he?
Yes, he says hello to you too.
Ah, good to see you, mate.
Yeah.
And then you, me, and Ben Mac had a Discord for a while, didn't we?
Yeah, and I didn't quite understand
me, Dan, and Ben Mac. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I got butt hurt in there too. I was like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said.
Nobody knew what they did.
Are they double agents? I don't know. They came from the Lepo sneak. I don't know. I just get overly cautious sometimes, but I admit it. Like, I'll just say, this is why. There's no hidden meanings, or I'm just like that.
Now, I do have one question to ask you, because it's come up a number of times.
Yes.
Do you have a handler?
A handler.
A handler. Do you have a handler? I want to know how a handler works. I want to know, are there handles? Are there actual handles?
I don't know. I'm supposedly a lot of people's handlers, and they're my handlers, and
Are
I'm
you
supposed.
the handler? Is that what is actually going on?
Well, I suspect I am, but I don't know it. Like I just get a phone call or a text, I think, and then I totally don't even remember what I just handled.
How does somebody go about becoming a handler?
I don't know, but I've woken up before, and I'm like, I think I've been handled.
Is this a dynamic thing? Like it's a chaotic system? You know? No, I won't bring up the maths. But I would think it's reasonable to suggest to someone who would like to learn about handling.
I'm going to tell
I
you.
would like to know where the handles are.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now the person to ask, and she's been handled hard.
Handled. Are we talking about another other?
Denise.
Are we referring to a they?
I don't know, but I would have to say Denise. I'd say Denise has been handled real hard, but I don't. But here's the thing. That's the funny thing about being handled. She doesn't know. She doesn't even know. Like truth. He's being handled. You know. But he doesn't know.
You see,
the key to being a good handler.
His name is Mike Struth. Mike Struth.
Yes.
Okay, we've been through this. The Modelo effect has completely screwed that up. Every time. Mike Struth.
Yes, and he
He's
LARPed.
from 2020. He's not even 2021.
Yeah, and he LARPs as Cowboy Tim. I busted him on that.
I've got to say, that's a very original name, Cowboy Tim.
But
I wish I'd thought of that.
But hello, but he can't hunt a cow. But he wants to be a cowboy.
What's that song? I want to be a cowboy so you can be my cowgirl. What's that song?
Yeah.
I want to be a cowboy.
So he only LARPs as a cowboy. Cowboy Tim, but he thinks you have to hunt cows. I don't know.
What are you doing, Dan? I see you there. You should come up, mate.
Yeah, come on up. Come up. We'll behave. Oh, yeah. The link is pinned to the top. Yeah, he wants to be a cowboy, and I've never seen him LARP before, but that was funny that when he tried. It's like maybe it was like
good on him. That's actually healthy.
Yeah, I was like,
so much more healthy than what he's been doing.
Yeah, so, I was like, there's a sliver of hope. Yeah, it was like there's a sliver of hope. He has a little humor or a little, but no.
Yeah, I was hoping. No, I wasn't really. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's like let them stay the way they are because they do it all by themselves. It's like you can just watch them and everybody sees what it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't really want to see it. There's actually some interesting people I'd like to get to know. Everybody's so afraid now, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Everybody's so afraid because of the abnormality, because of this space has just got quite uncomfortable to be in, right? Especially if you're a lady. I wouldn't want to be a lady in the space. If the guys aren't going to shit on you, try to get in your pants. Do both at the same time for some of these perverts. Then the women are going to want to do this. The women who want to go are going to be jealous of you and try to shit on you in exactly the same way, right?
I don't understand it. Like I don't. Yeah. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to talk about things I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. I'm a work in progress, and I'd like to see. You know what I'd like to see. Let me put it that way. I'd like to see YouTube become a place where people can just jump on other people's streams and I don't know, like leave all that other stuff. I know that the level of like the hateful things that have been said and everything like that is so. Anyway, I don't know.
I got to say what I really like is open and honest discussion. Sometimes it can get a bit intense, you know, but how do you learn? Like, I would actually really love to interview you about your faith. I think if you've got something that you believe in and feel like you weren't threatened because of it, right? That's a motor mile. Come on, just wait up a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I? My daughter just came home.
The missus is mowing the lawns with the ride on. So anyway, it's gone. That's in the shed, just outside the shed. So I can't believe myself. So the thing is, I would like to be in a space where I could actually find out about your beliefs, right? Which I respect, right? And why you believe what you do. You know, I'm not interested in changing your beliefs in any way. I've got no interest in proselytizing. Don't feel like I don't feel any need to save souls. I'm interested, or damn them, right? I'm interested in what people believe. I find it fascinating. Having no beliefs myself.
Yeah, I am too. And then and then if you talk about it, well, the other night, the other night,
safe space, is it?
No. Sorry,
Do you know there are a lot of people who call themselves Mother Mary or Jesus in mental institutions, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of that, and the whole thing is to have a good time, and the drama can be funny or fun. It does get sick, and I've been so guilty for years of feeding it. And it's so easy. It's so easy to slide back into, and it's like, why? If you block them, then they're a victim. If you ignore them, then it's going to be something. It's always going to be something. So, and I've tried it all, and so the point is not to address it at all, because I've found that the more successful, more enjoyable channels, such as even Dabu, whether you're into what he says or not, or other fun places where you can go to have fun, there's not a lot of that going on in the chat. And I understand there's a lot of history with a lot of us and whatever, and it's like, I don't care. I'm just doing my own thing, you know. I mean, and that's why I'd like to just move back over to the Universal Truth Project, because I don't know, maybe
the noise here will abate in a minute, in just a couple of seconds.
What is that?
That's the ride-on lawnmower mowing just about 5 yards away from me, and it's just gone now. So that's the missus mowing a patch of lawn. So anyway,
do you have one of those big ones that has two handles on it?
No, we got too much grass for that.
You have a tractor?
They have one of those Cub Cadets, you know, an old second-hand Cub Cadet ride-on lawnmower.
Oh, okay,
46 inch blade, I think it is.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of what we have. But no, I mean the ones, they're the ride-on ones, but they have two handles so that it's 0 turn radius.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I wish I had one.
I wish
Yeah.
I had one of those too. I wish I would have just spent the extra and got the 0 turn.
You know, you see, that's something, I just want to go back to this. This is something I miss. See, here you are starting this, what is, I think is a really cool idea for a project with your universal, allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, the Universal Truth Project. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. And so, does sound a bit truthery though. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable about truth, right?
Well, I know, but I'm actually
Universal Illusions Project, maybe, I don't know. No, it's good. It's good. I'm just saying that it would be it's an interesting idea. What is true and what isn't? Okay?
Yeah, I'd probably take truth out of it now, but I'm not going to rebrand it or anything.
Do that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
This is my bullshit.
Yeah, no, but it'll be based in truth. Like it'll be based in like modern things that we're finding now that yeah, you know, like all of a sudden, like what is with Egypt? They keep digging up all this new stuff. It's like, my God.
That's cool, man. That's cool. My mate, One Man Band on Twitch, he had that on his show the other day. Do you know they got this, like, if you ever see that stuff, you'll see that there's what is it? It's a whole like city next to, is it Cheops?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But if you look, you can see these streets with these sort of like the walls are all kind of wiggled. And I was thinking, this is fucking new. This is like modern mall shit going on here, you know? They got these walls that undulate like a serpent. It's hard to explain, but I was thinking, you know, they used to have little like food. They used to be like us. Nobody ever had any time, so you grab fast food on the way. You know, you can't, hardly any time to actually bloody cook even for yourself. So they'd have little people selling little fast foody things, you know, that you grab, little, you know.
Yeah, street food. Yeah, they found that in Pompeii.
And I was looking at this undulating street and thinking two things. I was thinking, I wonder what the fucking graffiti was like on that wall, because you can be guaranteed that people drew shit on it, you know. It would have been quite interesting. Even if they had their heads cut off, they'd still write "biggest dickus" or something on the. You know.
I know. You ever see? I know. You ever? Yeah. Some of them.
The other one is like, I wonder what kind of street food they had. You know, I wonder what they ate. I wonder if it's like, you know, 2 or beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun. And if they said it in 6 seconds, they got it for nothing. You know.
Yeah, it was probably like turkey legs or something. I don't know.
Way back, right? But if the but I just wonder. I wonder if they go and what kind of advertising? Because I bet you they did advertising. Like, did they actually have people in like standing out there with little boards on? I'm amazed by that stuff. I think it's cool, man.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that here's this Egyptian civilization. Here's this other civilization over here. Here's the Greeks. Here's what. They're all trading with each other, so they're all.
Look,
There's this mix. It wasn't nearly as.
They were. Look, I think it's Turkey.
Homogeneous or heterogeneous? Which one is it? When something is the same, homogeneous.
Harmonious.
Homogeneous. I think it's homogeneous. Right.
Okay.
It wasn't nearly as a homogeneous a culture as people think it was.
Right. Well, like if you go, I believe it's Turkey, but I'm sure there's other ones. Underground civilizations. They were raising cattle underground.
Really?
Yes. They were raising cattle.
Very easy to hunt. If they're underground. You can just turn the lights off and fire an arrow into the darkness and look into the moon. Very, very easy.
The cows were good tunnelers back then. Very sneaky.
Very-
I know. How many? I mean, from what age do we not understand how farming works? Were you?
I tell you what else. You look at all that area around Egypt and Israel and that. You know what they grew there? Drugs. It was poppies. It was poppies and poppies and poppies. And then if they could fit in some grapes, they'd fit in some grapes.
Yeah, they were always
a big drug factory. They know that because they found big amphorae full of poppy seeds in sunken ships off the coast. The climate was perfect in that area for growing mass amounts of drugs. And everybody thinks that a lot of this stuff is about wars of religion and things like this. You know, I think it's about money. I think it's about drugs. You know?
Yeah, they
all about getting control. How do you get control of people? Religion might help.
Yeah, but they probably
really do go a long way, right?
Yeah, they had a lot of pains though. They worked really hard.
Well,
they were in pain.
I once tried to write a book on when I was a Jesus freak for 18 years before I discovered I didn't need that in my life, and that's a story in itself. I deeply respect Christian belief, by the way. So I that's just my personal walk, right? So
yeah.
I wrote about 200 pages of a book entitled "The Christian Consumption of Alcohol," until I realized that nobody had read it except for me, and I couldn't be bothered finishing it.
What was the title?
I'll tell you what, I learned a lot of stuff when I researched that.
What was it?
The Christian, the book title was that I was writing was "The Christian Consumption of Alcohol."
Oh, very interesting.
Whew. Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned that every single reference really to alcohol in that mythological work people call the Bible, the references strong drink, which was actually at the time wine, a sweet wine that was actually laced with opium.
Oh,
right? They were drinking. Opium is quite astringent, and so if you have a very sweet, have it in a very sweet wine or a very sweet drink, it's going to lessen the astringent. It's going to help make it more palatable. And so a lot of these, and I came to realize that the Seventh Day, the Salvation Army church, and their little pamphlets that they were putting out with all of their references, because they had all these little pamphlets that put out about anti drinking beer, drinking alcohol, and I could understand why. I'm not criticizing them, but I am criticizing the fact that everything on the pamphlet, every single scriptural reference was actually misquoted, misinterpreted, and lies. Right? That the strong drink wasn't wasn't wine. It was actually the strong drink was drugs. Right? Real drugs.
So they were tripping.
Wonder how much of this. Have you ever read the Song of Songs? I don't know if you've ever read any Bible stuff. Song of Songs.
I think so. I can't remember it right off the bat, but if I've read the first few words.
You get through that book and not think it's about eating magic mushrooms, I would be gobsmacked. Right? It's talking about big doe eyes and talking. Oh, Jesus. You won't see a lot of ministers actually preaching from that one. They won't have the Song of Songs open when they bring the Sunday morning lesson. It's a little
So they
too heated, that one.
So they were all stoned. I
Anyway,
don't know.
That's some random truth.
That's very interesting because
Or is it?
what else would they have to do back then? Anyway, come on, it has to be
Well,
true.
that's true. To talk to God, water pot plants, have drugs. That's all
But
they do.
they were so smart though with astrology and astronomy and
Were they?
well, yeah.
Do you know, I've worked in some pretty amazing engineering projects. Okay, massive projects worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, on build, massive projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I got taught by a guy who was probably the cleverest engineer I ever met. And he gave me advice. He said, if you don't know, just make up a story. Okay, this is in engineering. You'd be surprised how many times, because you see, here's the thing. If you're making something new, okay, nobody else knows either. So your story is the best.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know and you're making something, make up the best story you can. Okay?
Well,
right? I'm not talking about lying.
No. I've done my share.
I'm talking about illusions.
I've done my share of getting around the office. I mean,
I would say if engineering works that way, I would say that primitive people they like to make up stories, right?
Well, right.
Okay.
See, this is what I used to do. I got a red folder, right, and I wrote in there real big on it, urgent. And so whenever I'd even if I had to go to the restroom, lots of times I'd bring that thing with me because I'd have people talking. I need to talk to Ed. And I would put that right in front of him. I'd say, I've got to get with him on something right now. Can it wait? Like, do you really want to push it? Do you really want to push it? Because constantly being badgered and, anyways, I learned all these little tricks to just be like, you have to, or just fake it till you make it. Oh, did you see when Elon Musk, when he was on stage and I forget what it was, one of his newest inventions totally flopped? What was that? It was a car or something and it caught on fire.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes.
I did see. You got to wonder if that's a disgruntled employee.
I was like, nightmare. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes you have to. Nobody tells you. You get to a certain point in your career and nobody tells you how to be, you're either it's sink or swim.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of these startups that will actually set up a lab and hire equipment so that when they actually bring the potential venture capitalist prospects through, they see this working lab and they think, oh my God, oh yeah, something's going on. No, it's not. Not at all. It's not going on. Nothing's going on there except for what's in your head, right?
Yeah.
They need your money for it to be going on, right?
Right. Like a front. Yeah, you have to have a front or whatever, depending on all of what you're doing. But that's a whole part of it because 99% of someone's perception is their reality.
What hasn't Elon opened his Hyperloop now?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
And it's the maximum speed is 30 miles an hour.
I forget. I know, and I heard that Biden was saying something. Anyway, I saw a tweet where they were like, "Oh, look, we're coming out with technology. The U.S. is finally coming out with technology that we've had for 30 years and never implemented. You know, like mass transit. Duh. I don't even know. I haven't been following his latest projects, but it is ridiculous that we don't have that. Just wow.
You guys really have been badly served by your leaders.
Our infrastructure is like, I know, and then a lot of people want to keep cutting down Canada, but yeah, no, you can get on the metro there or whatever and get all around and go. You can plan a vacation, you know, to go see historical sites or whatever, and not have to rent a car.
Do you know, there's corruption in every country. There's always going to be grifters. There's going to be elites getting government contracts and sucking off the government teat. There's going to be, you're going to have a percentage of people who will grift on unemployment and survive with little to nothing. You know, it's always the case. There's always going to be those sorts of things, but it just seems that there's so much on both sides. Like I just wonder what it is. Is it because like these big countries use the military as their social welfare program?
Well,
you know?
what it's coming down to,
and they're on the dole.
Yeah, right? Another topic for a show that I plan on doing, that I have my research already stashed, is neo-feudalism. That's what it's coming. We're there. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So
that
has a lot to do with it.
That's
Right. So
that's a big one.
right.
Are you going to cover Dugan?
Yeah. I have him all tucked in there and everything. But right now, that's what I've been doing. I've been just busy, like, organizing all of this. But I wanted to start with Venice, because Venice would be like a 2 or 3. And I want to ask you this series, because does that not lead to, if I am not correct, British imperialism?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Totally.
So it goes from Venice, right? So I'd like to entitle it British imperialism, but start with Venice. That's my plan. Is that not where it starts?
The cool thing about Venice, and I don't think you need to go further back than Venice to really understand a lot of what's going on today. It does go back further. You can go right back to the Magi class, and how you can go back. You can go back to the Etruscans and the Trojans. Do you know? I'll tell you. I found out I was trying to research ancient Troy and where it was and things like this, and they're not really 100% certain. They have that, but they are pretty damn certain that Troy, right, is actually just is in this place that's actually they reckon they discovered it and then they didn't, and they've gone through, and the guy originally discovered this mound. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on the it's in Turkey. These mounds, this old city it's actually 10 cities on one place, built on the ruins of the next, on the ruins of the next, building up and up and up. And they reckon they've pinned it down to either the 6th city or the 7th city, I can't remember, in this huge stack of cities that they think the Trojan mythology has been based around. And they think that they've managed recently to get a link to various Egyptian sort of like trade documents and things like this that they've discovered. But what fascinated me was this place, Troy, is just a few miles away from Gallipoli. Now, Gallipoli is one mother of a battle, right? That was one where the British and the Australians and the New Zealanders got the living bejesus kicked out of us, right? Massive casualties on the beach. And I saw this, and when I was looking on the map, and I went, oh my God, that's right by Gallipoli. I was thinking, a lot of those legendary stories of ancient Troy with the fights, and because the Greek were actually camped out on the beach. They were actually on the beach. History is kind of repeating itself, in a weird kind of way.
When I think Troy, I think of
British Empire,
Yeah, that's weird.
Really interesting. It's just something that came home to me, And another thing, that Christchurch shooter and that, right?
Yeah.
When the Christchurch shooting happened, the Turkish dude, Erdogan, he was going around on his election campaign. You guys might not know this, but he's going around all the different places saying, if they do this to our people, we can get them back, right? And stirring up, going for the populist vote, right?
Right.
So we sent the guy over there who was very, very skilled at sort of smoothing things over as if there was something to smooth, right? And all of a sudden, Erdogan was fine again, right? And within a week of that happening, they discovered a gunman with the Turkish authorities magically discovered a gunman with a big pile of of machine guns and all sorts of crap on his way to Gallipoli to mass murder a shitload of people. Right? That was and that's in Gallipoli again, right? And you probably didn't hear about that in the news.
No.
The guy who did the negotiation for that, he left Erdogan and he immediately went to Norway. And during the Anzac parade, he actually lay a wreath on the tomb. You won't believe this, on the tomb of on the memorial for all of those young people that were killed in Norway. I think it was for Hans Breivik or whatever. That mass murderer, Nazi.
Yeah, that was Richard Spencer. Richard Spencer was behind that guy.
That's right.
Yeah, and Pamela Geller. And then people will listen to what they say and don't understand a lot of these things that do happen today. But Turkey, it always leads back to Turkey. And we've talked about this before. This has been through the ages. And anyway, and it's happening today. Anyway, yeah. And then that gets into politics. If I mention how Flynn was good friends with Erdogan and gonna kidnap the cleric. There's a lot of stuff that's happening to us today, and it has throughout history with Turkey. People don't understand a lot in that region. That the Ottoman Empire period, Saudi Arabia has only the House of Saud has really only ruled that country for maybe 100 years. Okay. A lot of people don't understand, like they think they understand the region, but anyway, so I wanted to bring it just to the British. I wanted to focus on British imperialism, starting with Venice. So that's where I'm going to go.
That's really cool.
With
I
that.
wanted to, and we can do that. I just want to point out that one of the areas that you see a lot of conspiracy theory talk about over the last 10, 20 years has been this concept of Gladio B, right? That I don't know if you've heard of Operation Gladio. Have you heard of that?
No.
Operation Gladio was a pretty much a British construct to leave in operatives, right? In Turkey and in the Middle East during the war. The idea was that you'd leave an operating infrastructure inside a country that you're no longer in control, and they can destabilize that country, right? And look up Operation Gladio, and you'll see that there's also this idea of this operation called Gladio B. That person, Sibel Edmonds, I don't know if you remember, that was her claim to fame when she first came.
Yeah. She was the interpreter. Yeah.
Who was the person she was reporting to?
During
her time, I think it was in Turkey. I might be wrong. Be interesting. It's a long time since I've looked at this.
Okay, I'm thinking about the Corbett report.
Who was the person miles before all the QTARD crap, everything like this, was positively pushing a particular general, right?
Was it General Flynn?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You can't make this shit up.
You're kidding me.
Can't make this shit up.
Oh my God. No, yeah. See, that totally makes sense now. Yeah. And now, see, look how this is all leading here. And then with Turkey, I could just talk about that. People don't even have a clue.
Turkey was the center of the world for most, not most, a big whack of history. And it'll eventually be the biggest. They predict that Turkey will once again the capital, Istanbul.
Constantinople
will eventually be the biggest city on the planet again.
Well,
it cycles, right?
It always, and it's inevitable. And a lot of people that don't understand, I don't know. There's just so much to learn that I've learned.
Talk about
it. Anyway, but that's where we'll start on that. That's what I decided with that, and
because Dugin, Alexander Dugin, is big time interested in Turkey. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is, and well,
the old believers.
Yeah, that's where.
In Russia.
That's where Khashoggi was chop.
The old believers have a prophecy, an apocalyptic prophecy, that the Russian Orthodox Church will be reestablished in Turkey as part of an apocalypse.
Right.
And the old name for Istanbul, what they can consider the old name, I think it was it Tsargrad?
Constantinople.
No. They have the old Russian name. It's Tsargrad or something like this, or God, it'll come to me.
I'll have to look that up. I didn't know.
Look that up.
Here's the thing: is
the Russian old believers. He works the TV station he works for is as a kind of like a talk show person, or he did at least. Alexander Dugin is actually named after the old Russian name for Turkey.
But here's the thing. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up, because what a lot of people don't understand is alliances are being made between certain sects of Islam, Orthodox Christians, and whatever sect of Jew that is there in that area. There's alliances being made to where, hey, we can all come together on this. And there's a lot of prophecies come into play with like Damascus and all these other areas that all of these same Abrahamic religions believe in. There's strong alliances being made, and they don't understand that Russia, bam. I mean, that's these are strong very strong alliances.
Tsargrad TV. If I look up Tsargrad, that's the old name for Turkey. Hang on. Tsargrad is a Slavic name for the city or land of Constantinople.
Very interesting. I didn't know it had another name. And they don't like it called. Yeah, they don't like it called anything but Istanbul.
That's correct. Yeah, but this is Dugin. You see,
very interesting. So he has another name for this place.
Dugin is Putin's ambassador into Turkey, usually when they're having discussions. I'll tell you something else about Dugin. Ever since 9/11, I've seen Dugan on Alex Jones, God, more than a half a dozen times. I'd say 8 times. I've seen Alex Jones hold up Dugan's books and say, I didn't really know what was going on until I read, paraphrasing, I didn't really know what was going on until I read Alexander Dugan's work. He's fantastic. He's amazing. He's a solution for Europe.
Yeah.
And interview Dugan. People don't know that Dugan also had. Yes, honey.
No, one more question outside, if it's all right.
Okay.
Sorry, love.
Hang on. This will be really quick. I'm sorry.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, now we have intermission. Yeah, so yeah,
I love that. You're getting into the stuff.
just
Right.
a little some fun. I've been seeing Dugan with all of these leaders who are more, I want to say, on the fringe, leaders that religious leaders that I used to adhere to, but now they're all the doomsday. They're all of the end of times and type of religious leaders who are have very large followings, very large followings.
You see, they decided to export Dugan's work in the Eurasian Party, and that's something we could talk about in detail.
Yeah,
because basically Dugan is Putin's brain. That's so if you talk about. I think I'd finished just before on saying that Alex Jones has actually appeared on Sargrad TV, being interviewed by Alexander Dugan. As well, people don't realise how close that association was, and just how much of a big fanboy Alex Jones actually is of that guy. And
it's all crazy right now. Yeah,
people don't understand what that means politically and why that might be.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
You actually see people like I've seen in recent weeks, people like Jimmy Dore get really confused by things like the Boogaloo movement and things like this, not understanding the whole what a lot of these movements are about, thinking left or right, not really understanding the nature of these organizations is not necessarily left or right. And this is Dugan. People don't understand that this is something called national Bolshevism. It's being pushed into Europe. People like Alex Jones and that, like various elements of it, they because one of the elements of national Bolshevism is sort of the concept of the ethno-state. So you'll see religious figures that want to establish some kind of sovereign area or Christian identitarians, sort of offshoots of British Israelism in the States, or you name it. It's these sorts of movements all over the world. Countries that want to create or already are ethno-states seem to be attracted to this. if you actually look at the if you look at National Bolshevism carefully, you'll see that it actually brings in everything from Nazism to communism to extreme right anarchist groups to, it seems, to extreme environmental groups, and they all it's one of the things is one of the big problems with National Bolshevism is actually getting all these different groups that hate each other together to actually agree to work together on common causes, and they've managed to do that. And so this is Alexander Dugin. This is the guy that is a big hero to people like, I mean, look online and you'll see from a few years ago, you'll see Lauren Southern and what's that other woman, that other talking head, Brittany Pettibone. You'll see them interviewing Dugin all over him, just absolutely loving him.
Well, I'm seeing him.
Dugan's works. Some of them being translated into English by Richard Spencer's ex-wife.
I'm seeing him hanging out with
ex-wife, right? You know, so it's
but I'm seeing
shit we could talk about, like
right.
in that region.
Right, I see him hanging out with the Islamic clerics. One in particular, Sheikh Hussein.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of his last name. It'll come to me.
Well, he'll want ethno-states, right? He'll want a rejection of modernity, a return to winding the clock back 300 years, having a neo-feudal sort of relationship between the state and some class of leaders, right?
Yeah, and
a lot of Christians want that too. A lot of Christians don't believe that the only ordained political system in the Bible is one of monarchy.
Right, but they're going back to
crap that you end up with, right?
Right, they're going back to old school and end time prophecy and things like this and that, and it's like
limiting technology to limit the concept of rejecting modernity is they want to throw out all of the evil thoughts and evil cultural changes that have occurred.
They're talking about they're talking about like
giving women the right to vote.
God, Jude, whatever.
You know.
Anyways, the whole thing is these are religious formations in my opinion, at any time when these things happen, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good because it has to be all inclusive. It has to be humans, not.
Have you ever seen Fight Club? You ever seen the movie Fight Club?
No, you know what? I haven't. I've only seen clips.
If you ever watch this first couple of minutes, and you'll see I'm talking about the Starbucks galaxy, all these different corporate sort of a corporate fascist star galactic empire, in a vision, this extreme.
I'd have to look at it, but I'll have to look at that. Yeah. So, anyways, alliances, large alliances are being formed, and when it all comes back down to it, I listened to a bit of Laz today. I haven't. Maybe that was yesterday. Laz Valdez. I haven't listened to him in forever, and basically, it comes down to.
Thank you for introducing me to him.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, he has very interesting shows, but anyway, it comes down to you got to work with what you have. Work with what you got and do what you can, basically, because you could talk about it on YouTube or whatever, but it comes down to action. It comes down to for your family or whatever. Just this whole conversation started on, let's just say illness. We won't even give it a category. If we don't take care of ourselves, And I've seen people end up in this situation with a loved one who's not taking care of themselves and putting that burden on somebody else. You know, whatever. I want to take care of myself. If somebody else isn't taking care of their self and they're capable of it, they have the insurance or whatever. There's no, and I get it. You know, a lot of times people can't get help, but please, please, that's all we really can do is take care of ourselves, whether it's growing a garden, whatever, helping your neighbor with a flat tire, whatever, rather than, Dan's going to bed. Good night, Dan.
Hey, good night, Dan. I've got to get some work done now. Well, I've been kind of working in the background, but I've really got to get solid now into it.
Yeah, I'm going to close this down because you know what? I don't know how I want to get started on the other channel, and I might be running out of time on my StreamYards because I've been burning it up. So anyway, thanks for coming, Aiken.
Hey, it's just fun. I just saw, I didn't like the negative energy, so I came in. Right.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Okay.
We'll be seeing you soon.
Okay, see you, mate. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Cracker.